This morning I was messing around with TNT cannons, something that I haven't done in absolutely ages, and I was just playing around with the mechanics and seeing how they functioned and how I could build really powerful ones, and I kind of came up with a challenge that may or may not be impossible. Here comes a super fast explanation. We've got a dirt block surrounded by obsidian. That dirt block is 100 blocks away from the front of this TNT cannon, and is also on the same level as the TNT cannon. Now the idea is that the TNT cannon will be so big and so powerful that it will fire the piece of TNT horizontally straight across and explode on impact, meaning that we essentially have a gun in Minecraft. As you can see though, we're still quite far off. So I guess test number one is to double the quantity of TNT that we already have. I mean, that's got to be a good start. And 3, 2, 1, and... Oh! That was pretty close! Oh, maybe this challenge is easier than I was expecting. That's frustrating. Now, I think my first approach for this video is just going to be pure brute force. We have got a lot of dispensers right here with a lot of TNT. It's not the biggest TNT cannon I've ever seen, but it's definitely of a decent size. If we hit the button and travel back a bit... What? That was a direct hit! We actually just did it! I'm going to change up some of the repeater timings for this, so that hopefully the TNT just explodes on impact, and then we'll basically have like a laser gun. People are not going to see that coming. I don't have a good feeling about this. Look how soon that TNT gets dispensed. It's 3 ticks. Whoa! It disappeared! Oh my word! It didn't even have time to render. Single block target. Now this is a challenge for any TNT cannon, let alone one that's 100 blocks away, but by Jove has it just done it. I mean, I could just end the video here. I don't know why I'm surprised by this sort of thing, but that is truly epic. Now that my challenge is well and truly out the window, I kind of want to experiment with different powers and also different distances. For those of you who have been subscribed for a very long time, you might remember this thing right here, the famous Mumbo Jumbo Portaloo. Let's see what 8 high-speed pieces of TNT do to that lovely looking structure there. Honestly, I think at this point this is less of like a YouTube video and more of just a me having fun with TNT in Minecraft, which is something that I have not done for far too long. Let's see what happens in this situation. Okay. This should literally be referred to as the structure deleter. What? You don't even see it go. That is terrifying. I left a piece of obsidian here so that I knew where to build the structures, but other than that, it's just gone. What on earth do we do here? I think the answer to that is make it bigger, increase our distance, and increase the stopping power. That's probably the only answer we've got. Now we are working to the edge of our render distance. That thing is 160 blocks away, and I wouldn't have thought... I don't know how I've managed to pull it off, but I've actually hit a sweet spot when it comes to the TNT cannon. This thing, I mean, it could destroy single dirt blocks from 150 blocks away reliably. The funniest thing about this is that I tried removing this top layer of redstone right here, and it doesn't work. So this is like the minimum number of dispensers that you can set up to do this, and I just lucked out and got it pretty much first time. That is the stupidest thing. I don't know why I'm so blown away by this, but I truly am. This is the perfect example of a video that perhaps didn't necessarily follow its original plan, but it's definitely taken an interesting direction. Now I'm testing out if we can fire TNT through all of these holes and have it still hit the right target. This, I refuse to believe it will do this. Here goes. I'm so excited. I truly am. I'm rubbing my hands together. No. So it dips a tiny bit by the second one. Yeah. You know what I'm thinking, guys. You know exactly what I'm thinking. I want to see if I can try and do it. So I think the first thing that I should try is taking this up to redstone limit. So that is the height limit reached by the redstone signal strength, which I think we are getting pretty close to. We might be able to get one more layer out of this. No. Okay, so that is the final layer. So this is how tall it's going to be. Of course, we can experiment with repeater timings later on if this doesn't quite do it. And I am more than ready to accept that this is probably one of my stupidest ideas for a redstone video yet, but I am absolutely having way too much fun to stop now. I think everything's in place. Now, I know I thought my original challenge was impossible, but I genuinely think this one might be impossible. Ooh, okay, so we got through the second one, but we took out the third. More TNT. That's all we need here. Now, I will be the first to admit that maybe things escalated to a point that was past what we all expected. But sometimes these things have to be done in the name of science, and this is very, very important science that we are conducting here. This is the Super Omega Atom Blaster 9000. Definitely the accent needs a little bit of work, and maybe the name as well. I should probably also back up the world before I fire this thing. That's just kind of skipped through my head. So everybody, place your bets. Place your bets. Is this thing actually going to work? No. Good thing I made that backup, eh? Having actually placed the water down at the bottom, now let's give it a go. Right, so the TNT has fallen. That is amazing. We have shot a piece of TNT through these hoops, and it has taken out a single block at the end. This is the least scientific, but most happiness-inducing experiment I've ever done in Minecraft. You know what? Might as well. I'm going to add an extra specially difficult... You know what? We're going to make this scientific. We're going to space out the hoops 25 blocks apart all the way up to the dirt block. It has been so long since I've just made a silly video like this. I mean, I never thought when I woke up this morning that I would be building situations like this that almost actually work. It took out the final hoop, but also the dirt block. I wonder if that could be due to the quantity of TNT that we're firing, or potentially even the delay running into these. We might actually need to increase it. Let's see if that has any effect whatsoever. That test unfortunately didn't work. We actually ended up taking out both of these ones. So I've reduced the quantity of TNT that's actually being fired in the hopes that maybe that calms down like the spread, I guess. This is it. Has our cannon actually met his match? Maybe it has. I mean, don't tell me I'm going to have to go bigger here. I actually wonder if we're going to run into an interesting problem with this one, in that the TNT might actually blow up before it reaches the bottom of this thing. We might have reached an upper bound. The stage is set, and we are ready to go. For about the 50th time in today's episode, I am pressing the button, and I'm going to observe the TNT. It has fallen. And it's just destroyed the dirt block without taking out any of the other hoops. We have absolutely nailed it. 150 blocks traveled by that TNT, staying well within the 1 block area. Can you imagine? That is seriously stupid. That is seriously so stupid. We have made the stupidest, silliest, daftest TNT cannon, I think, in all of Minecraft, and it's absolutely beautiful. And if you're wondering what the real world implications for this would be, I'm about to show you, but I kind of want to try it out again. I want to see if this thing is actually reliable, or if we haven't just got really lucky there. No, it's perfect. I can't believe it. So here we have John's rather lovely looking tower. He's just built it, it's his new house on the server, and it's looking really cool. Little does he know that behind that 1 block high gap right there, really would be difficult to spot, there's an enormous TNT cannon trained on his location. Now all this player has to do is hit this button, and that will activate it, shooting a piece of TNT, hopefully through that hole. Things have definitely slowed down somewhat. This is so strange. It's almost like we've got like time dilation. Was there an explosion there? John's house is still definitely there. Goodbye! I love it! I absolutely love this thing. It is definitely one of my favourite, stupidest, but best redstone contraptions I've ever created in my entire life. Look, the tunnel is completely unchanged, but John's tower has just been erased off the face of the earth. This is brilliant. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please sure to that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later. Oh, and of course, check out the latest film on the filming channel. I almost forgot.